Hi, my name is Carlo, and this is our little bakery, 6100 bread. I started it actually right before the pandemic. So before the pandemic, I was kind of dabbling into bread. So I was already dabbling with bread. So I was like, let's sell some bread. Let's see what happens. Posted it on Craigslist. I posted it on the community app, and it just like went from like 2 loaves, 4 loaves to like I was doing maybe 100 in my house by myself. My starter, I started it 2019 before the pandemic. So yeah, it's about what 6 years old almost. In October 25, I think it's his birthday. And my starter's name is I started with 2 starters. I was trying to see which ones. I once with rye and one with another type of wheat. So I asked my son to name it. So he called it Chambi and Wambi. Chambi and Wambi. Yeah, Chambi Wambi. Yeah, that's a name he came up with. I don't know how, but so eventually I decided to just like put them all together. That's why it's called now Chambi and Wambi. Chambi Wambi. That's the name of the starter. Yeah, it's 2019 when I started. The cool thing about this one is it has steam injection. So if you so you can when making like sourdough or like baguettes or ciabatta, you need a lot of steam so it has a chance to like expand first before the crust forms. So you don't want the crust to like prematurely form. So you want a lot of steam. So you get like the crumb to like expand inside. So when I started in my house, I used to bake 9 sourdoughs per hour. And after that, you have to like preheat it again for 30 minutes. So one batch takes me an hour and 30 minutes. Here, in an hour, we can bake 45, which is good. So yeah, this is an auto loader. So we put all of the breads, so that locks in there. So you pretty much put all of the loaves in here. You can see like there's like 9 in there. So you put it in there, then you score it. It's a controlled expansion. So you're trying to scoring means that you have to like use a razor blade and cut the loaf so it actually expands in that area. So it's more controlled. So that's why you see like sourdough loaves have that ear because it's slashed in there and it expands. So you guys can see these are just like extra doughs that we have. Like when we make sourdough, it usually there's always like extra pieces. So by scoring, I mean like just like taking a blade so it'll actually expand there, because if you don't slash it or score it, it'll just find the weakest point in the dough and it'll just so then pretty much just like push it inside, so it just leaves it there. They just splat. Thinking about the design, I was like, I need to have like a pastry room where it's actually cold, so there's no heating element in here. So the freezers, this is a blast freezers. So it's everything here is cold pretty much. Walk-ins right there. So when you open it, all the cold will just like I saw pretty much what I really wanted was just this to be cold, because working with like croissants and all that, you need very cold. And the reason why I put windows is I work in restaurants where there are no windows. So I always wanted to see. I like feeding people and seeing that reaction. I think that's kind of like what fuels me more than like making money. We were looking for a place for a bakery, and I swung by, and it was still available after 5-6 years.
Wow.
So it almost felt like it was waiting for me.
Yeah.
It felt like it was really like meant for me. So yeah, we opened this up with my partner last October. We started our build out maybe 2 years ago. It took 2 years. Starting this bakery is to not just stay and have one bakery, but not necessarily open up another bakery. So we're trying to open multiple like artisanal businesses. So we're trying to open maybe who knows, like maybe the next one be pizza. It just depends on what I get myself into. So I get pretty obsessed with stuff. So like when I was doing photography, I got obsessed with photography. I got obsessed with like trying to find the best camera that I can afford, best lens I can afford. Just trying to start a hobby, and I just get in like pretty deep into it. So I don't know what the next one is, and I'm kind of scared to dive into pizza because I know if I do, I might get like pulled away from this, I might, yeah. So I'm trying to focus on this one for now, but we're trying to do multiple concepts for sure. So we might do pizza, we might do sandwiches, maybe. I just found out that sandwiches they sell like crazy.
There's definitely a market for it.
Yeah.
Of course, like one of my favorite, like I was telling Chef, we need a salad place, we need a sandwich place, we need something that's like a grab and go.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. The thing is, like sandwiches, I'm not diving deep into it yet because I'm not a sandwich person. That's the thing. Because I'm Filipino. I grew up in the Philippines. I'm a rice person, right? Yeah. So it's not like I'm not like 100% like I mean, I'm interested. I've had really good sandwiches, but I'm not like. Oh yeah, C6
C6 sandwiches.
Yeah, but we'll see. We made sandwiches. We started making sandwiches, and there's one that we just recently made, and it's pretty good, and I like it. So I have to like it for me to like be interested in it. I grew up there. I was born there. I just moved here 2012.
Wow.
Yeah. 6100 is the zip code of my hometown.
What's the province?
The Philippines. It's called Bacolod is the city.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
so it's like if you know Boracay, so it's the island next to it, pretty much. Bacolod City, yeah. So yeah, so it's a very small city. I mean, there's only 2 islands in the entire world that speaks our dialect. So it's that small. That's why not a lot of people know about this, but you'll see Filipinos, even like people from Manila, they wouldn't know what it is. So it's like a small like secret thing, like only only like the people from my island knows about it.
We've got 2 of our alumni. We're so proud of them. And I think my question is, as you're mentoring, like, what is your advice to incoming culinary students or anyone that's trying to like break into the industry for the first time, right? Pastry or savory.
I think attitude is like really something that they have to really focus on, because I think once you have like a good attitude, everything will just fall into place. So if you're like don't concentrate on being better than person next to you, or because I'm attracted to people who are good people. I feel like if you're ready to learn and just like like for example, if you do something wrong, you admit you're wrong. I think it's more like a character thing. So I think that's really something you have to work on, and naturally, like chefs will just be attracted to people who have good character, I think. But also hard worker. Hard work is always something that we also look for. But I just feel like that. I personally, that's how I hire people. I hire people based on character. I don't hire people based on experience. That's why it's good, I guess, for students, because not having an experience. But if you're like willing to learn and you just like work hard, and there's gonna be bumps out there. You're gonna make mistakes, but it's the way you handle yourself after that mistake. Is more important, I guess, than skills. Skills can be taught. Character is just it's just there, but you can work on it. But I think making sure your character is like solid.
So we just got back to the office. We're gonna do a taste test. What we got is some sourdough and some scones. Come on, check it out. So we brought out the sardines.
I'll be honest with y'all, it don't look like much, but this combination of flavors,
Incredible.
yeah, I give it. She always wants mine 1 to 10, right?
Mm-hmm.
You guys know by now. If you don't, you will. I'm always very generous because I just naturally appreciate everything that I eat. But this, on my very generous scale, 9.2.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Me and Curtis are always good cop, bad cop, because he rates generously. I'm the one that's a little bit more, what would you say the term?
Skeptical.
Critical. Like, I'm not an easy judger.
Conservative on your judgment?
Yes.
Not an easy win.
Yes, like it has to be amazing. But I will say, the chocolate is like perfectly melted on here. It's super soft, but like crispy on the outside. This is good.
These were fresh too.
Mm-hmm.
They took them out of the oven. And I will say, Chef Karlo's starter, 6 years old?
Mm-hmm.
Incredible. This is probably the best.
What was the name of the
I've
starter
never had
again?
sourdough this good.
I want to say Chumbawamba, but that's not right.
I think so. Wait, the butter with the sourdough and the sardines?
Good, right?
They need to have a sardine sandwich on the menu.